This is going to be my Libra video, and it's too many. If they are meant to come out, they will come back out. I'm going to tell you what, I have really been working on being Zen. I've been learning the practice of Zen, and I have made leaps and strides on my spiritual journey. And I really could not wait to make videos to really share what I learned. I've learned the difference between spirituality and metaphysics. Metaphysics is basically like moon cycles, sage, crystals, like chakra clearing, stuff like that. That's basically metaphysics. And it's kind of become pop spirituality because, you know, people are so preoccupied with that they're missing the point of a true spiritual awakening. And the point of a true spiritual awakening is to shed the layers of your ego like an onion and to align closer to your own soul, to be the observer of your thoughts, to really be that third-party person that you come to realize isn't really a third-party person at all, but is your true self, and that the ego mind was never you to begin with. And, you know, when I first started spiritually awakening because of, you know, my twin flame catalyst, who set me on this journey, I don't know how many times, and, like, I'm trying not to laugh about it. Like, you know, I was in these groups, and there's people walking around crystals on their forehead and sage, and, you know, just so preoccupied with the energies around them instead of really focusing on themselves. Because once you become present and you ground yourself like in the here and now, there's not too many different kinds of energy out there, celestial energies that can really even affect you. Every now and then you might feel it. You might be like, whoa, you know, this energy is a little strong, but I'm grounded, I'm present, I'm out of my mind, and so I'm good. So, you know, I had to kind of separate myself from those groups in that community. Because, sorry, my back's itching. It's a distraction. And I'm not taking away from metaphysics, you know, and you can even go to like a metaphysics store and get, you know, crystals, sage. I like that kind of stuff too, don't get me wrong, but that's not true spirituality. It's a distraction. All right, we have the vortex temptation. Clarified by Angel of Strength. And basically what I'm getting with this is the temptation to get back into old patterns. These can be old behavior patterns. I know you probably hear the train. I like the train, but sometimes it gets distracting in my videos. Get back into old patterns, behavior patterns, thought patterns. Old behavior patterns can be addictions. They can be... and addictions can be all kinds of things. They can be people. People can be, you know, like the worst addiction. When you're addicted to a person, that's like the worst. Because, you know, you got to figure if you're allergic, God, where'd that come from? If you're addicted to like a substance, a lot of times we think it chases us. It really does not chase us. A person really can, especially if you're in a toxic relationship. That person can chase you and make it hard to walk away from. Or they can just you know, you can start feeling better and then they just reach out to you. And then before you know it, man, you're in there again. And addiction is all about attachment. You're attached to how things and people and whatever it is that you're addicted to, how you think it makes you feel. Once you can recognize the fact that it does not make you feel any kind of way, nothing and nobody can make you feel any kind of way. Those feelings originate within yourself. Every feeling you've ever had, you have created. It's just you've come to associate it with those particular things. Which, you know, if you can be in the mindset of, okay, I'm feeling this feeling, and it can even be a nostalgic feeling. It can even be a good feeling, one that you want to feel again. Be like, you know what? I can give this to myself. I don't need anybody to make me feel this way. We have angel of strength. And so basically what I'm getting here is the key to having the strength to walk away from something that no longer serves you is that soul alignment. You've got to get out of your thoughts. You've got to stop believing your thoughts because we start obsessing about things and we start thinking about them over and over and over again. And before you know it, they have taken over us. I had some, like I've said, I've had so much clarity. I'm so excited. Our fears and all of this obsessiveness and all of these things that we have that are not us, because understand, we are our soul who is the observer who's watching everything that's going on. Resonate with that. And I've been like in constant communication with my soul. We've been girlfriends. I'm trying to eventually become my soul, but for right now, I was told the time is not right. And the reason why the time is not right is because I still have to differentiate between what is and what is not me. This thing that is fears, that is obsessiveness, that is addiction, is an entity of its own. It's like a monster that needs fed. It's a monster that has a life of its own. You know, you hear people all the time talking about, you know, people being like demon possessed. It's not that. It is this entity, these lower energies of fears, of lack, of need, all of your fears, they take on a life of their own. They become entities. And you've got to stop feeding them. Stop feeding them. And I'm not talking about just not doing whatever it is that you're addicted to. I'm talking about stop feeding the fears. And they're very sneaky. They will find other ways to feed. Like even, okay, let me give you an example. I'm sorry, this video is going to be a little lengthy. Okay, let's say, for example, I had a lady tell me years ago when I was in my 20s, I was trying to stop smoking. And I was telling everybody about, I'm trying to stop smoking. I'm doing good. You know what? I've been 2 days. I've been 2 days without smoking. Isn't this amazing? And I was talking to them about smoking. We were talking about, oh yeah, you know, it is really hard, you know, because it feels so good, you know, especially when you take that drag and, you know, you exhale and man, it's just that head rush. It's just amazing. God, menthol cigarettes are the best, you know. As you, guess what? You're feeding the obsession. It finds other ways to feed. Stop talking about shit. Ten of Swords, endings. This is a mental conflict. This is the ending of those thought patterns. And how do you end those thought patterns? You end them by being the observer of them. Oh, that's my obsessive thinking pattern. I recognize that. You know what? I'm not going to feed into that. Eckhart Tolle says, we're going to have thoughts. Just don't follow them. Just don't follow them. And it's all right to say, you know what? I don't even have to think about that right now. I don't have to think about that. Or you know what? That's not true. That is not true. I don't believe it. Because our ego wants us not to be happy. Like absolutely wants us not to be happy. Why does it want us not to be happy? Why does it want us not to be present and to be aligned to our soul? Because it fears death. Once you realize that you are not your ego, that you are not your thoughts, that you have thought somehow that, like thought, you have believed that your thoughts were you, then guess what? That is your identity. We have birthday. A significant birthday holds the answer to your question. I actually pulled a second clarifier. This is like the second time I've gotten this card in the past week. And a message that I'm getting with this is that, remember I said we are not our bodies. Therefore, you're not even your birthday. You're not even your sign. Because you're a soul first and foremost. I do the zodiac readings so that I can reach all people. Different groups of people. And, you know, understand that we do really resonate with our sign. in a lot of ways. But really, as you start shedding that, as you stop shedding like the ego, and you start aligning more to your soul. Like, I'm not like a traditional Scorpio anymore. Like, I've cleared all that shit. Like, that's not even me. So stop looking at the physicality of things. Time does not exist. Time is something that's been created in the physical world. Time is just an illusion. Therefore, birthdays don't exist either. Alan Watts says that, life is just one big long day. Just one long day. And we simulate our reality by where we vibe at. We're on different timelines, as they call them. Different timelines, different simulated realities. We have emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. That was the other big thing that I ran into on this journey was fake healers. Fake healers, they just want to heal you. And you know what? We need to be present in the present moment and not dwell on the past and not worry about the future. So with that being said, with that being the true spiritual journey, the true Zen, the true spiritual journey being present, being present in the present moment, why would anything in the past have anything to do with this? Why would we have to relive any of those things? One. Second of all, when you resonate with the fact that you are a soul, the soul is whole and complete on its own. It doesn't need healed. The only thing that needs done is you need to clear all these behavior patterns and these thought patterns that have been creating this reality over and over and over again so that you no longer align to it. You don't need healed. Stop paying people to heal you. You don't need healed. You're perfect and whole and complete on your own. You just need to change your perspective. You just need to shift energetically. Knight of Wands activity. Once again, I feel like this too is that feeling like you have to be doing something all the time. Being able to like really be present and really be able to connect with yourself and practice being instead of just doing all the time. Hold on just a minute. I need to put my dog out. She hasn't felt good, and she's just now came out of the bedroom, and she's looking at me. It's been several hours. Please hold on, please. I'm so sorry. She was sitting there looking at me, and it was going to be bad. I'm going to get a clarifier for this Knight of Wands. I hate when I have to interrupt a video, but I don't quite know how to stop it and like restart again. I'm not that tech savvy, and I'm scared to try it. What if it doesn't work and I lose everything? Because there have been some really good messages that have came through, so I may have to let her back in a minute. Bear with me. Blood month. Sacrifice, offerings, and decision. Man, I have nothing with this. Hold on. I'm trying to think which one. I know which one I want to use. I'm feeling a lot of that is still putting other people ahead of yourself because we have new moon, promise. So we have sacrifice, offerings, decision, we have activity, and we have new moon, promise. So basically what I'm getting here is that you're still too focused on something outside of yourself. And that you need to make your own self, make the decision to make your own self your focus. And stop, it's almost like this martyr feeling that I'm getting, long suffering. And I feel like this is coming from a place of feeling like you don't deserve love. You don't deserve to be happy, because understand, you're creating your reality by what you believe to be true. So the message that's coming through from Spirit is to make a promise to yourself, to make yourself your primary focus. And I say this all the time, and you may think that you're doing it, but the very fact that you're focusing on an event outside of yourself to make you happy means that you're not being present. It means that you are missing things along the way in this journey called life. Instead of thinking about living, live. That message came through too. We have Page of Swords gossip. Stop believing everything that you hear. Stop believing, start questioning, start using discernment, because everything that you hear is not true. And that's part of emotional and spiritual and mental maturity, is really being able to question things. And like I said, there are a lot of charlatans out there that, will take advantage of you. We have the Tree of Life. And more than that, I'm getting that this is about knowledge. This is about that knowledge of self. You have all the answers inside of you that you've ever needed. All the ancient knowledge of what your soul has been and who your soul has been and where it's been. And understand it's all happening at the same time. Like, it's all happening now. Your soul is such a powerful energy. Like, your soul is in many places all at one time. The past, the present, the future, it's all happening at the same time. That's the reason why the present is so important, because it's all you ever have. The past happened in the present. The future will happen in the present. So don't miss it. And if you're too focused on the future, then you are still stuck in thought patterns that will still create the same type of situations from the past that you've had before. So you've got to clear that out and really connect in the way. And, I talk about meditation all the time. Meditation is not just sitting there chanting, all this kind of stuff. You can be in a meditative state all day. You can sit and drink your coffee. And the key to meditation is to free your mind. Free your mind. Listen to the air conditioning. Listen to a fan. Focus on your breathing. I have a couple of ticking clocks that I focus on. Do that for a while. Put your phone away. All right. We have Five of Wands, completion or competition. You're still very ego-based as far as wanting to, it's this energy of wanting your beliefs to be right, wanting other people to believe you, wanting that validation from other people, feeling like you've got to be special at something so that you can be better than other people in some areas, like that competition of just really trying to win, trying to be on top. And this is a very powerful energy right now that's really, really pushing you. And it's really a major block because it's ego-based and it's fear-based. It's a fear of losing, of not being good enough, of you're so focused on the destination, you're missing the journey itself. The journey is amazing. Take a look around. Okay, so remember how we have the Tree of Knowledge, and I said this is about ancient knowledge? The Tree of Life, that this is about ancient knowledge. This is kind of almost like the Akashic Records, the Book of Life, like all the records of what all the souls have ever been. Well, I just got this ancient ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. So this is all about understanding the concept of the soul, of the eternal soul. We're always in such a hurry. I'm in such a hurry. The soul is eternal. You're not going anywhere. Even if you leave your physical body like tomorrow, you will still continue to exist. Why? Because you're not your body. Your thoughts are not your identity. Your belief system are not your identity. Your religion, your politics, none of that is who you are at all. None of that. Start stripping that away. And that is where the magic is. That is where the magic is. We don't have to do magic. I love magic. Don't get me wrong. And I've said before that sometimes focusing on a magical item or doing a magical spell can help you manifest more because you believe it. Because we manifest what we believe. And as human beings, we always need proof. Scientists are always out here digging up shit. They're always trying to prove something. Why can't we just have faith and believe it? And trust our soul when our soul tells us something is right. But magic can help you focus on that. It can kind of give you a little boost. But you don't even need magic. All you have to do is align to your soul and believe whatever thoughts you're telling yourself. And if you don't like the reality that you have right now, then change your belief patterns. We have the world, and the world is a very, very positive card. You can achieve this. You can, I have studied the original tarot deck, and basically the history of the tarot deck is you have the Fool. The Fool is the 0 card, is the beginning. And he starts off on this adventure called life, that life is, he's all, he's optimistic, he's full of hope. He has all his faith. And then he goes and he has all these different experiences, and that's the different cards. And then he achieves the world regeneration, because everything that's happened has been divinely guided. It has taken him to where he needs to be. And that's the other thing. The other very important thing is acceptance. No matter what is going on in your personal life right now, your life situation, accept it. I mean, you don't have to accept it to the point you don't want it to change. But accept that in this very moment right now, this is what's going on, and choose the path of least resistance. That message has come up as well. I'm going to pull one of these universe message cards. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Hold on, I got to get her. I'm sorry. She hasn't been feeling well. Hold on. Come on. Go lay down in your bed. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting her to come out. She's been sleeping a lot lately. The world regeneration, and then we have the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free that I am. And when you can free your mind from all the thoughts and the fears and the obsessive thinking, then you've freed yourself. You can become as free-spirited as your soul actually is. Isn't that amazing? And understand these fears feed in different ways. You just be amazed how these fears feed. I know I'm working very hard right now on being free of my mind, of being present, of not having obsessive thoughts. But sometimes my energy will want to feed on, I'm going to share the information that I know. And then I get to talk about my experiences. This was a download of information that I received, like literally just this morning, that sometimes I do use this channel. Sometimes my energy feeds because I don't talk to people. I'm very introverted and very private now. I didn't used to be. I used to put everything on social media and whatnot. But now I'm very private, and so like my channel has kind of been a way for me to almost engage in those obsessive thoughts and kind of feed that fear-based energy, which is why I'm going to try to do less of it. I do like to share my experiences when they're relevant, but I am not going to use the channel for my fear-based energy to feed. It's sneaky. Finds all kinds of ways. Loopholes. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Sorry, she hasn't been feeling well. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you toward joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrender to what Spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. She's been very sick. I'm going to have to make a decision. She's not eating and she sleeps a lot. That's the reason why when she came out, I had to get her outside because she hasn't been outside for a while. And like I said, I'm so sorry for the distractions. I hope you guys understand. So we have all these letting go cards. Like we had, literally, I'm trying to find them. We had all of these letting go cards initially. And so really about surrendering, surrendering the outcome, really checking in with your intentions. And that is, pretty much the message, the main message with this video. So thank you for watching. If you would like to have a personal reading, they're $30 right now, and you can email me. I'll include in the description of the video my email address. Please send my dog some love and light, and me as well, so that I can do what I need to do. Thank you.